Welcome back, y'all, to a very fancy episode of the Misplay for Game podcast. As always, I'm your senior yapologist, Andrew KnTElixar.
Members of the jury, it is a great pleasure to be here today to represent the prosecution for these Digimon cards. I'm Tom, or TommyNT.
My friend was too broke to get a lawyer, so I'm here representing him, or them.
Yeah, so it's going to be the three of us. This is going to be a pre-recorded episode, which is what you saw there. We're doing this one offline. If we do it online, this is going to take a million years. We have presented to you a fine bit of entertainment today. It's going to be a mass trial of some potential criminals that we think might or might not end up on the ban list this weekend. This hopefully this will come out before Worlds. I'll have to look up when Worlds is. So if this is like noon, happy ban list day. Fellas, do we want to jump straight into the public execution?
Yeah, should we explain the bit? Because we didn't explain a bit.
Yeah, me and Tom all suited up. We're both going to be prosecution and defense. I guess we'll just figure out which one we'd want to be at any given time. I think
we're all supposed to have been judges, but we really screwed the pooch.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to be all lawyered up.
I'm just doing this to get off work. I'm not gonna lie. It was this or like my 9 to 5.
Misplay for Game is like Digimon jury duty.
Yeah, I'll do jury duty.
Marcio knows like 6 of the guys. He's like, does anyone have any problems with the jury? He's like, nah, I've never seen any of these people in my life for sure.
Trying not to make eye contact with like X-Vmon.
I like go up. Hey yo, what's good?
What's
You're
good?
Going away
like,
forever.
What are you in for? Oh no, I don't know this guy. No, they did not get my man. No.
He did.
Who's
what?
This guy?
So how many people?
This guy? Never seen him in my life.
Oh, I knew his cousin from EX1.
All right, so.
Oh, you mean VinJingmon? Yeah.
First up on the stand, this made sense in my head, but first up on the stand, we're going to be putting for wanted for memory fraud and counterfeit, Jack Raid, potentially going away to 0. Does anyone want to put his ass on the stand immediately?
I would like to. I have some thoughts on this. Jack Raid is here because we couldn't catch the rest of the bastards to take a photo of and put them on a wanted poster. But he's part of a rogue criminal gang. We apprehended one of them recently in the deeply evil criminal Hammerspark, but the rest of them have had their fun. It's time to go. Jack Raid currently at large the most in purple hybrid, but it will never be a future-proofed card. It can never be allowed to continue to exist. It will just only get worse from here on in. If you're sick of it now, think of the next 12 months going by and how much more sick of it you'll be. It will only get worse. I rest my case.
In all honesty, I don't think I actually have anything to defend this card. Like, it is modularly incredibly stupid. You could argue it's kind of the only one that's super dead in hand early game, but it's also the only one that can also resolve for 3.
Yeah, and like again, we would have. or pick it up and do it again because you're in purple. I just don't think there's ever an excuse. Like yeah, Blinding Ray and Grav Crush also need to be on here, as does Parabolic Junk. The getaway driver still goes to jail.
I mean, but
we should just not have these cards.
When I'm watching Baby Driver, like I'm kind of rooting for the main character. I forgot his name. I think he was just literally called Baby. Yeah, but like I'm not rooting for Jamie Foxx or like Kevin fucking Spacey or whatever.
That's good. I wouldn't root for him either.
Yeah, not one of my first choices.
Yeah, put them all away. Throw the book at him, Andrew.
I will say, like, so we all have high expectations for this ban list, and I feel like
we're not getting half of these.
Yeah, no, right? This is all like very awesome. Yeah, this is like very awesome wishful thinking, and we're like manifesting, like some crystal girl with like a Ouija board.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I feel like they'll just like put it to 1, and then it's like, what decks can actually play it at 1, and it's like, well, purple hybrid, I guess, but like it's a lot worse. Yeah, but like even then, I think like 1 Jack Raid is like, it's still obnoxious. Don't get me wrong, right? It's like, it's not a good thing. But assuming that they like ban this alongside like other cards, he'll be okay. You know, it's like, is it a life sentence? No, it's just like 55 years. You know,
plus life.
I just I can't help but think that in Block 7, when 2027 rolls around and we're worried about the new, I don't know, remember the Hearthstone card that let you play 40 cards in your deck instead of 30? Like, Digimon's only ever 2 years away from something terrible like that starts at the top of your hand, and then you get to show your opponent and you go, look how big my deck is. Like this, I get worried about things like this that are just not future proofed. Like at 1, sure, because they hit.
I think that's like
they hit Hammerspark the 1, right? Like
the card has been problematic, but back then it was like it was the payoff for the purple decks. You know, Lilith game 2, blah 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 blah. But now it's like, okay, what are we actually doing?
Yep.
All right, yeah. So his ass is going to 1. He's dodged like fully to 0 life sentence. He's not in maximum security like I've already forgotten.
Like Mega Digimon Fusion.
Yeah, that's the one. His cousin.
I'll get you next time, Jack Raid.
His cousin's fighting his case, but yeah. So unfortunately for Jack Raid, his ass is going away for a long time. But you know, we kind of mentioned it. We actually managed to double book the trial sentence, and partner in crime, Matt Ishida, wanted for human trafficking.
Should we put him front and center for the trial here?
Yes, we should.
See, I don't even have anything like interesting to say about Matt because Purple was struggled to like fit in tamers into their decks unless like your deck like randomly played it out.
Yeah.
But they printed an Impmon just generically as a tamer from the trash. So it's like, oh, okay, so I can go like, you know, Gobbly, Dober X, play out Impmon, play a Mem Setter from the trash, get back a piece. I don't know, man. I feel like the Impmon and the Mat can't live in the same like format together. People just haven't clocked onto it, but like
they combo off each other too. Like you can't like the Mats thing that I was like everyone knows it goes in Purple Hybrid, but like it does it in Demon Lords too. Like there's just an amount of recursion with cards that you shouldn't really be able to do twice like that. That this just lets you do twice like that.
I'm just like, I feel like this Impmon that is playing tamers from the trash for free is going to be a little bit of a problem down the line. I'm I'm alerting the masses. I'm sending out the dog whistle so you guys like catch on to it now.
Why doesn't it say Yuki or Aimako? What were they doing?
See,
like either one would have been fine.
I feel like it's really interesting that they were just like they didn't put the names on it. Like maybe they didn't say Iron Marker so it could be used for Yuki, but like they've written clunkier card decks. They could have just done it.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean,
limit the play cost of the card.
What was the Skull
like
Nightmon that was like what's it, a mono in name?
Yeah.
Like come on. A tamer with BeelStarmon or Impmon in your text. Like who cares? Anyway, Matt's an evil card, and I put it to 0 on the flyer because I thought it would be fun to have a tamer on the ban list.
But again, like, the only thing that'll happen.
It won't happen.
It'll go to 1, right?
Yeah, and then that'll be lame because they'll get it back every turn.
That will get like 45 years.
Yeah, as he should. He'll be Matthew when he gets out.
Yeah, he's like he joined like the Nation of Islam. He has like 3 PhDs. He's like giga shredded.
Very much so. Be a changed man. Maybe won't be a purple card anymore.
Yeah, you know,
community work.
Unfortunately, well, I mean, fortunately for Matt, he's not going to be like alone potentially. Also on trial, this time for straight up treason. Coincide.
Yeah, it's not done. They didn't finish putting all the words on the card that were supposed to go on the card. They just sort of got bored, I guess. It shouldn't generically do anything. It should have all been archetype locked, and then it would have been like a normal thing. But for some reason, it doesn't care what you evolve into, and that's unacceptable. It has completely broken everything. Like you can't have red or blue without having this as like a weird shadow behind it. The card's evil. It should be like it. Frankly, this card is like the great candidate for like, hey, One Piece does retrains. Let's just retrain a bunch of these banned cards. Like, that's clearly what they need. Like, MDF kind of got a retrain in Mega Digimon Assembly. Maybe Ko and Sayo needs a retrain where it doesn't do this.
I would say the Violet is a great example of kind of like, they understand now that they can just put a lot of text on a card. Like they're like, when your ghost dies and then you get to play a ghost and it may evolve into a ghost at cost minus. They're like, don't you dare make a Nubismon. Don't you even think about it. So yeah, I think they could do that. I mean, Lightfang Nightclaw is a restrictive enough thing. Right now, there's not enough cards that have it. So maybe Dianamon will see the light of day again if this gets hit to 1. You know, maybe they do some community service. You know, they're young. They can still change. They can learn from their mistakes. Maybe we shouldn't put them away for life. We should just maybe print a second card and then have this one tucked under the rug.
I think it's interesting that you brought like retrains. You'd think that like, I mean, we've seen like both ends of the spectrum where like Dragon Ball, they just kept like printing the same card like over and over and over and over and over and over again. And like with like One Piece, they were like, instead of like bloating the card pool, we'll do like a retrain. Wait, no, sorry. With Dragon Ball, it was like the same character, but each time they did something different, which is kind of what we're doing with Digimon. Yeah. So it's like there's like 20 versions of Frieza, but they all do something like largely different. Yeah. It was like with One Piece, it was like, okay, we only have like, even though it's like a big cast, we got like, we have like a finite amount of characters that we can turn into like leaders and stuff. So they decided to retrain it. I think it's like kind of interesting that with Digimon, we haven't gotten any like true retrains. We've got like gameplay updates.
They're like additional
like
tamers.
Refreshers.
Yeah, it is interesting because you get like every time you get a new tamer, it's like, oh, I already have a memory setter, so I'm never expecting a new memory setter. You're always expecting like the 3-cost tamer, the start of main, gain 1, now do my new game plan sort of thing. They do an interesting job of like there's 3 Iron Marker. Yeah, there's 3 Iron Marker, and they all do similar-ish things, but all have like very different kind of like design ideology behind them. So like, yeah, I feel like there's very little overlap, and maybe they're just like, I don't know. I think once we finally see the first like hit into retrain on a tamer, we'll open the floodgates to like, you know what, maybe this shouldn't do what it.
I think the other thing with One Piece's retrains is that, like, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've only played a tiny bit of One Piece, and I'm not the biggest One Piece head. But oftentimes individual prints of a character on a card are like referencing to a thing they do in a certain chapter. So it's like this Luffy is from the episode where he goes Gear 2 for the first time, and he has this specific feat where he changes his body, and like they make that the theme of the card. So in order to keep that as like the specific reference to the specific feat he does in the specific chapter, they retrain that card. So they keep it very like, this is what we were going for. But the Digimon stuff is always more like broadly just like it does a thing from its source material, but they reprint a million. Like, how many Agumons do we have that are like, there's Agumons that shoot a fireball and they kill a little guy, or there's Agumons that like find Tai and then they can make Agubond. Like, they always hit the things that they do from different media. And so like retrains in that kind of sense make a lot of sense for Digimon, because Digimon has so much disparate media. Dragon Ball is like, bro, just Frieza's done a million bad things. We'll just do the next bad thing he's done. But yeah, I think Ko and Sayo are a weird one, because like this is not a character with a ton of lore. It's a no text NPC, or like not NPC, player character from a DS game from 15 years ago.
Argue
so
Sayo like, has more rep.
Yeah, lore from Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah, so I'd be curious to see if we get a second one of her. That's a great time to do the reprint.
15 years ago, buddy. That way older than that.
You're right, 18 years. Yeah, 2000. Well, I thought that game was 2010. No, it might be 2007. You're right. Yeah.
That's an early DS game.
We're old. Anyway, yeah, I think this card should go to 1 because it's disgusting and unplayable, but I will miss making Dynamon for 0 to stunt on the Takamikas.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe, you know.
Treason's treason. See you later.
Yeah, you don't recover from treason.
Galaxy?
This deck is like, the other thing a lot of people have talked about is it could also very easily be the Gaogamon, because when was the last time you saw a dog that drew 1, gained 1, then had, like, that's Metal Gurumon banned cards tier broken. but it hasn't really escaped its orbit yet. So
I
even some...
think you have to leave the Gao. Like the Gao is like, don't get me wrong, it's crazy, but
broken card.
I think it's most egregious with the fact that the card was made for 2 archetypes that unfortunately have been colluding. We have been, you know, we busted the pizza joint that was a front for this this mafia boss. MirageGaogamon is also getting done in at the same time as you know, the store clerks coincide because tax fraud of the highest level, grand larceny. He's lucky, like he took a plea deal. That's the only reason he's coming in here with just tax fraud instead of grand larceny like he deserves. But I don't think there's much to be said about this one. This one was one of those ones. It's like the current you know, the current situation. McDonald's Walker turned him in.
I will say this. This card is like to a 1-to-1 degree. Up until 2025, this was Daredevil Kingpin. And it was like, he's the nastiest, awfulest dude you've ever met. He's a scum of the earth, criminal underlord, and he's ruining everything. And then in 2025, he became New York City Mayor Kingpin. And he's like, I'm reformed.
Mayor Fisk.
I'm not, Mayor Wilson Fisk. And he's like, hey, I'm reformed. Purple Hybrid will clean up those streets. And I think it's hilarious.
I'm tired of these Gallimon vigilantes, you know, beating me up.
They don't even go back to hand. What are we supposed to do about that? Honest citizens. Yeah, I don't know. The card's he's getting hit for his rap sheet, but he currently ain't doing much. So,
well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
No defense from me. I don't know.
Get rid of this.
There's no amount of like community service that Mirage can do to like be put in the public's good limelight or whatever.
Yeah, I think even with purple being at its most draw 1, trash 1, it's not even a defender of like look, without Mirage, how will they draw 1, trash 1 with no consequence? Like, bro, he is there funding the draw 1, trash 1. Mods, lock his ass up. Send him to super jail.
If he wasn't a super rare, I could see them putting him to 0, but they've never been mean to super rares before.
Never been mean to secret rares either.
Oh, but I have thoughts on this one. This is for me, Your Honor. I prepared a briefcase for this one. I was originally going to just put my petty beef with this card aside. My particular opinion as a prosecutor here is that Digimon have a chance to turn over and make good of themselves, but with the advent of another promo 7 Musketeers option card being printed, it's clear that they're going to continue to support an actual EX7 based Musketeer archetype. And this card has seen nothing but use in Mother Shotos and Purple Hybrids since that announcement. And I don't think you can reform that. I think this card shows up, steals what it wants, abuses what it doesn't, and leaves. There's no forgiving it. It's only even remotely considered not on here because it's not new enough and a secret rare. But I'm seeing it for what it is. BeelStarmon BT6 secret rare is a degenerate pile of garbage. It is a terrible purple card. They should not be printing this. If you're not sick of it going Shoto Shine of B, you are not playing against the wrong people, and I love that for you.
I love this playing against the wrong people, but yeah, it's an interesting one because they're moving away from it. They're definitely trying to they're trying to build up its portfolio of like, oh yeah, you know, it's not, you know, BeelStar, she's been doing fine. Don't even think about this card. I think it's really interesting that they have very much restricted the design space. The Digimon team are very reluctant to put 7 as a play cost on cards now without thinking about it. Basically, that number belongs to 2 years of mistakes and then 7 Demon Lords. And now they're like, 8 or 6, take your pick.
Yep. Won't miss her.
Marcio, any thoughts? And away she goes. It's a real shame.
She won't be on the ban list.
Yeah, she won't be. This is wishful thinking. Who might be on the ban list though?
I was gonna say, like, the BeelStar is like when you finally made it as like a prosecutor, and like the one fucking guy,
for the one you know.
Yeah, like that one guy that popped your tires. You're like, I'm gonna fucking get your ass now.
Yep.
And then
exactly where you were.
Yeah.
This is an.
I can take over the BT12 pieces, or does Andrew want to take over BT12 pieces?
No, I mean, I think that you can take this one. For those wondering what he's up here for, he's you know, he was caught a couple of bevies behind the wheel. cheeky little DUI, jamming into security, bomboclat, as they say, off the Reaper.
It wasn't the Imperial players, it was the cards themselves.
Yeah, no, you've really got to get into the anime headspace. You are your cards. You hit security without a care in the world. Marcio, take it away.
Okay, so hear me out, right? Shakumon, that deck has a tamer that is arguably as good as Daiken, and it's not broken. Yole Kairi, they have a tamer that is as good as the other two, and it's fine. Why are those fine and Daiken isn't? Well, that's because Daiken has better level 4 pieces. So if we take the level 4 pieces, we can preserve the tamer, so then the DNA decks still get their free play rookie that they have to evolve over and not gain a million memory. And then that card is fair and balanced. Source strip on a tamer, yeah, that's a little bit bullshit. Pay to win, Protoc power, gogglehead privilege, or opening generational wealth, if you want to say. But if we get rid of the BT12 pieces, Imperial is fine. Okay, you get to play your pet deck, you get to mess around with the Togemugamon or the BT16 worm if it doesn't get shot.
It's not getting shot today.
Yeah. Or you get to try these different XVmons, the one with Ray that has battle protection, isn't that super cool and awesome and epic? And you're not printing a million memory, okay? So what we do is we send him and his stupid ass twin brother to fucking jail, and then the DNA decks get to flourish. They all get to be on the same power level. And who knows, maybe in 6 months from now, people will complain about Salamon and Gatomon. But we don't have the ability to do that because we're still getting our asses fucking jobbed by XVmon and Stingmon, okay?
Stingmon getting lucky. I think the jamming really matters here. That's the reason that Stingmon has managed. He actually did take a plea. He is ratted
him out.
Fully ratted him out. But yeah, the jamming is a big thing because when the Imperial swings a Lydramon stack at you and that thing doesn't have jamming, you go, you're going to hit a 10k. I believe in you. This Imperialdramon will not do 2 checks. But yeah, I think the XP is highly criminal. I think obviously if you really want the jamming, you can get the EX1 stuff, but that's fine because you're kind of sacrificing memory there. And it's also not if you're playing it off of the Daiken that you can run a jamming guy into security because it's not it has the rush yet for your DNA. So that's why we kind of of all of the pieces have kind of honed in on XV. We've spoken about him kind of at length on the various podcasts. You basically know all of our opinions of each card of the criminal pile that is Imperialdramon. But XV for his crimes and just getting caught asleep at the wheel is
jamming with partition, man. Jamming with partition is partition's already great, but the other two have bad partition. Yeah, the memory is annoying, but the reason this one even if they get, I would love it if they got both the 4s. But if they can only get one, they got to get this guy because this is the only thing that partition doesn't beat is dying in a fight to the security. And they go, okay, I don't care. I gained 4 this turn and had jamming.
Yeah.
So if maybe they gained 2 and didn't have jamming, it would be okay.
Most of the modern Imperialists, they're just man, piercing. That's crazy. Yeah. What if I just non-once per turn drew a card? So they're all back on the starter deck Stingmon because it's just I don't know, man. Drawing cards is pretty good.
And realistically, unless you gain back, unless you former Liam just start memory printing 5 of the starter deck dragon modes, you're not going to gain the amount of memory that you gain from the same combo from reducing the cost by 1 is effectively the same unless you make more than 2 Imperialdramons in 1 turn, in which case then yes, you're getting diminishing returns on the 4s. But yeah, draw a bajillion, gain effectively the same amount of memory by cheating out the first bit, and then it's whatever. So cards are evil. This is why we've decided to kill XVmon, and yeah, if you want to know about the rest of the cards, what we think about them, just watch one of the random 40 episodes. I'm sure you'll get it in one. Speaking of blue cards that evolve from Vmon.
Objection. My honor. Listen, Mr. Judge. The card did nothing wrong, okay? False trial. The cops got his ass, okay? They planted evidence.
He got smuggled in with a Terriermon starter deck, and he's been welcome nowhere since.
Oh, so he's an illegal immigrant? Is that what
yeah, as the resident American, I'm going to get that political. No, listen, hey guys, don't do that to me if you see me in real life. Magnamon's a disgusting card. It's just like Armor Rush does not need this now that it's getting a whole new wave of support. If you haven't read Magnamon, it's going to be bananas. But this card it's half balanced and half the sackiest thing you've ever played against. And if the aggro deck has 4 Digivolves out of security, you're playing against the worst variant of the Rookie Rush Chikurimon stuff. But now it's a thing that then bounces when it DNAs or evolves back over their Vmon. There's no saving this thing. It's too overloaded.
Objection.
If it wasn't stuck in a starter deck, this was a secret rare. And I mean that.
Objection. I'm objecting. Your Honor, how is my low to the ground aggro deck meant to push through my opponent's field when they have like an ace target that they slam down? I need the Wendage evolving to clear it. Dual color card, disgusting dual colors. Yeah, I should source strip you for 2. Be a monocolor deck like everybody else. Yeah, I have, my low to the ground Rookie Rush deck that wants to like swap armors. I need some defensive cards in my security, like how was it my fault that you swung with an ace, I digivolved you, and then stole your turn? That's on you. You should have been playing an honest and fair game like everybody else. This is not on us, Your Honor. Armor needs this card to succeed, okay? The new cards that you printed, this card is vital. This card has contributed to the workforce. It has paid its taxes. It's a very fine, balanced card, okay? Nothing wrong with this card at all whatsoever.
I have to check this actually, because I didn't do this research when we were starting the recording. Does the new Armor Digivolution option card work when you digivolve your Vmon? Because that's a trashed source.
You don't want to know.
You don't want the.
I bet it does.
No, I don't think you. I don't think you need that.
You don't want to know.
Trust me.
Let me just have a quick scroll.
Yeah. Whilst you're doing that, we're gonna quickly shoo Magnamon back into
I
Witness
can't
Protection.
evolve into Magna X on your turn if that's what you're wondering. I can totally do that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
No. Listen. Your Honor, okay?
This seems balanced. There's nothing wrong with this.
For the greater metagame of BT21 to thrive, Protect decks.
We need 2 helmet-on aggro decks in BT25. Or BT21 needs Crossheart and Armor Puke. We need them both, or what's the point?
No. They'll sell you Galactic. Ooh, Destromon, Kill Tamers. Woo!
Oh, keys. I can play with keys.
Yeah. Let me find some keys to like dangle in front of you.
What's that actual card called? I can't find it.
I don't have keys, but I have an empty pack of like celebrations. Woo!
Ooh, look, a control win con. I'm so excited.
All right. Speaking of aggro slop that also kind of has a control win con. This was a late addition to the trial.
Okay, do you guys? I'm doing this for free, and like I should be getting lawyer money. Okay.
Hey,
like,
look, you.
Yeah, you guys let me make the flyers, so I didn't have to put Wargramon on here.
Look, illegal animal testing, Cerberusmon and X Antibody.
Oh my God, the card is all turns. Kill Magnamon.
No.
Unfortunately has. We don't do retrials here. Double Jeopardy is long gone. Magnamon has safely made his way back into Witness Protection, but for illegal animal testing, draw 1, trash 1 is up for its crimes, especially when it free plays a level 3 Digimon from the trash without paying the cost, which may turn into a tamer who could also, unsuspending in.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the part I have a problem with.
Objection.
I love when Levimon does 6 damage.
Public Defender Marcio.
I'm gonna have to grab the fucking mic again. Okay, hear me out.
You're very influencer bro out here.
Yeah.
You just have to see it my way.
Yeah. Let me move the goalpost. Let me move the goalpost real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, most of the regular Cerberusmons, they're pretty bad. They just add back a shaman? Okay, yeah, go add back a shaman. You're gonna go add back BT6 Kazuchi? Yeah, okay, buddy. Anyway, and second of all, purple needs payoffs. Most purple boss mons are dealing 1 check at a time. How am I supposed to end the game? What, you want me to burn security like a disgusting red player? Come on now. Like, and like, yeah, I'm playing a rookie from the trash. You wanna keep Mirage legal? I need to play all these Gazimons for free. Come on,
we don't want to keep Mirage legal. We're trying to ban Mirage.
Yeah. You know, but I'm only playing. I need to have a Cerberus in the source to gain my on play, right? So
that's what it says.
Yeah, so it's like, forget about the rest of the text of the card. I need a Cerberusmon in the trash. There's not. What's the inherent on the Cerberusmon? Rush? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna swing with this rookie. Come on. And I need to see cards. I need to draw in trash. How am I supposed to? I don't have searches. I don't have top 3. Add a guy with name and tamer. Top 3. Add a guy with the plant vegetation fairy. Come on. I need this. Sorry, not me. The nation
members
needs
of the
this.
Jury, the public.
Members of the jury, we need this. Okay. If you think about it, Cerberus is really the Luigi Mangione of purple. That's my defense.
I can't say anything now. I guess he's right.
I think Magnamon is actually.
Okay, hey, listen. I know where both of you live, and this is inflammatory.
Yeah. So Cerberus, I think him being kind of like the top end for cringe purple slop is, why he's here instead of like Gobbly or Dobrex.
They'll always have cringe slop. Why does it unsuspend?
That
what the hell?
Is unfortunate.
Nightmare Soldiers needs this. How am I supposed to
because one of the Cerberusmons a million years ago was blue? Is that why it does this?
Yeah, probably.
Look, listen. How is Nightmare Soldiers meant to close out games? Okay, they need this. They need
Boltmon again.
Big up as Boltmon. But this card, evil. The on plays being preserved off because purple, when it was cheating out rookies, tended to just disable on plays to be on the safe side, which, I mean, to be fair, with the current power budget of purple cards, doesn't really matter. A floodgate is a floodgate with an on play or not. But yeah, preserving on plays has some dire consequences. This card coming out for stupid, and also X Antibody is a thing. In fact, X Antibody, a little birdie just told me, the jail cell guy, he said that if I look through all of these tabs that I didn't order correctly, the partner in crime for eugenics and hate crime, Protoform X Antibody is also on the stand.
I mean, none of us need to defend this one, right?
Oh, I will defend.
This card can go.
I will work overtime if I have to. Okay.
I am actively playing multiple copies of this card in my decks, and I think they should be gone. It would make most of Digimon more enjoyable. But to get legit, they shouldn't save one memory every time. If Alphamon's gonna get 2 sets in 1 year, they don't need a better Hammer Spark at multiple copies. That's crazy. They definitely shouldn't have that when they're about to get Cyber Sleuth again. And realistically speaking, the recursion is not something that this archetype really, or these archetypes should really be allowed. Like the amount of it doesn't matter if I've only seen one, I'll just have it forever that this enables. Kind of crazy. As long as this is at 4, no one-ofs are really at 1 if you find them the first time.
Yeah.
So it's fun. At least you can source trip it though, right?
Yeah. There's multiple things that are wrong with this card. I think the fact that we're starting to get more X antibodies is there are a lot of colors where you go, it's okay though, because it's blue. I'm not gonna have to worry about this card coming back from the trash. It never hits the trash because it's an interruptive thing. We're not even talking about the thing that, we're still gonna not talk about it because I'm being paid by Big Thomas to hide the deeply illegal stuff that this card could still do. So it's on trial. These are only its known crimes. But yeah, this card being a 3+1 in most decks, as long as you have an X antibody at some point or just enough X antibodies to justify the thing. This thing does all the things that, it's no scramble, but one memory can go so many places when you have this. It allows you to do Cerberus, Raw from a level 4 if you used it on your Dover. So, yeah, deeply evil card. A bunch of colors should not be using this. Birds.
Are we forgetting something here? Scrambles are evil because you can play 2 of them in the same turn and cheat a lot of memory. You can only play 1 protoform per. If your stack already has a protoform, you can protoform again. That's like fine.
Does the scramble go to the top of my security in a green deck? Just asking.
It's fine.
I had heard whispers is all.
It's like, it's the same thing. I'm getting the card from the source. You're putting the card on top of the deck, you know, like you're playing out a rookie. I'm reducing the next effect, the next Digivolution. It's going to the security again. I get another piece.
Leviamon has 7 health.
I healed for 6.
Yeah, I think the fact that it enables defensive play in a way that is clearly not intended is incredibly frustrating. Like, having your lethal clock messed up because something blocked and then turned into a recover 1 is awful. Luckily, Secon never plays Digimon. But like, if they play Digimon, imagine how many protoforms they could get away with having some chump blocker X-Evo and turn into a free security.
That's gross. I wouldn't like that.
Magna Angemon X would be like, when Digivolving recover 2.
Yeah. Awful.
You're never killing me.
It's like the luckily all the Angelmon aces burn security, but if they didn't, like the Angelmon into Angelmon X would be genuinely frustrating. But yeah, luckily the Secon players are asleep at the wheel, so they will never be doing anything interesting like that. And this card is getting set to 1 probably.
If you hate it, okay. if you hate us right now, wait till Alphamon gets another. By the way, I'm so serious.
By the way, Loki, I feel like if we're gonna get rid of protoform, we should just commit. Okay, like some decks are out. Some decks are out here like running like 4 cool boy. They'll just find it anyway. Okay.
I put it to 1 because it's a super rare. It should be at 0 though.
You should have just lost out on your investment. You know, like whatever. Stop.
Oh, dude, the
market crashed.
Yeah. I think the best case scenario is everyone who bought all those boxes gets really mad later. Because they're like, oh, but my investment of valuable super rare event pack reprints ruined everything for me. I'm like, L plus ratio plus get cooked nerd. It's a player's game.
EX5 was the set of all time. How many EX5 criminals got caught in this sting? Like,
there are Koen Sayo, X Protoform, Cerberusmon, some other schmucks.
This is all Anubis' fault, by the way. If Anubis didn't exist,
yeah.
You know, maybe these cards would be healthy, right?
He's still running the scene. He's still running the scene from jail. Oh, hello.
Now you don't know Anubis player? Now, Channel Masco, look at us. Now you don't know?
Nah, I'm just saying that, like, yeah, even Anubis isn't even present in this list. And Dark Animal, and he's like Dark Animal stuff. And the Dark Animals are still up to this deeply. They have a new ringleader. Like, Anubis went down, and the next, like, it's like a Hydra. Takamikazuchi and his boys now run the streets. And they need to be stopped.
If Mirage was Kingpin, this is the boss, baby.
What, Baumon?
Quote me.
That's awful.
Yeah, Baumon's yeah.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out, dude.
What if the Takemika player? Okay, this card should just go to 0 because
agreed.
I have a sneaking suspicion those idiots are gonna play 1 egg.
One
egg. Do you guys remember
one
like
egg
3 egg?
Yeah,
3 egg Mirage. Yeah. It'll be that. It'll be 1 egg Takemika. They'll play like 4 boosts, 4 training, 4 Demon Wolf, 4 analog, and they'll just be like, nope, I will not leave my raising until I have combo.
The only thing I would like about that is it means they're not getting the Ukomons, because one of the really big things that, like, from watching all of the Takamika stuff that's been happening.
Oh yeah, that one check is diabolical.
Yeah, the one check matters so much. Yeah. So if they have to, you know, evolve the rookie in the back, slam Tyranno for 4 so they can get their 1 check, okay, that's okay. Instead of the Ukomon that gives them all their tempo back and then puts lethal on board from nothing, I think that's doable. The only reason, I mean, I'm happy for this card to go to 0, but I
just went with precedent Bukamon's at 1.
Yeah, we can speed this one up a little bit. It's okay if they.
I will say this: I know the combos. If you're good at the game, still work. If you've got 1 of this, I don't really. Or sorry, if this card still existed, I don't really care. I think there's other things we could do to this deck that would maybe also help insulate that problem.
Yeah. So his cousin, who was also caught at the house, Fenriloogamon, is the reason that it doesn't really matter what we do to Balmon. We can break his knee. This card also needs to go.
Whoa. Hear me out. We need to like dial it back, okay?
No, we don't.
Because
Really?
in my ideal world of Digimon, okay, where cringe Takamika gets hit, I can go back to playing BT14 Fenrir, the objectively cooler deck. And I need this card for that deck. So,
You've
Your
got
Honor,
another one. An unsuspend. You'll be fine.
no, but I want this one,
Yeah,
okay?
of course you do. I wonder
Just
why.
because, like, I want a
He
quarter
needs
pounder
it for
just because you're
delicate
offering.
plan.
Yeah, I want a quarter pounder just because you're offering me like a filet-o-fish doesn't mean that I want that, like.
Okay, but
That's crazy.
you also still currently have Cerberusmon, which is actually like two double cheeseburgers, which is probably the same amount of beef. So like realistically, we should round up all these dogs and have them done. But this guy, the cool flashy play the first time it happened was, wow, double Takamikazuchi. But what he actually is the insurance for your Takamikazuchi. If we kill Baumon or put it to 1, all they will do is max out on these, and it will make sure that the Helloogamon that is a Rival's Barrage on legs that still draws them cards will guarantee we end on a Takamikazuchi, if not multiple Takamikazuchis, which is why, like you said, the good players are making sure that this the deck will still work. He needs to go, because anyone through mandatory effects can draw their way to a top cut on this deck, and I think we should try and limit the number of people that are allowed to do that by making it so the skill expression isn't in the form of insurance, but in the form of like actually, having to find concrete lines that aren't, I messed it up, drop a guy for 7, draw 3, pop a body, and make 2 guys.
Fenrir, #1 hater, hating on Fenrir.
Yes, I was wearing a wire.
Classic.
This is why these guys got caught. But
They made a delicate plan one. I like that one better.
yeah, that's cool. Also another unsuspend, deeply evil. But that is kind of, we're starting to speed these up a little bit. We're killing them off one by one. Jury's got places to be. But we got a little bit of time for public indecency. The ancient promos, both of them, I don't know what they were doing, naked mud wrestling in the street, but they got done for it, and they are showing up to trial together.
I got nothing for these guys. We saw on camera me doing very evil things with Promo Lobomon that no blue deck should ever do. If I was Ruin Mode looping someone in that blue deck, that should tell you something.
Yep. There's no reason that this card should still be in the game after BT17. Like they came in, they redid what it was already doing, and then they sort of attempted to make it a logical future-proofed thing. And then in 2.0, they were like, here's Takuya Koji. They pick these up from trash.
Yeah.
So
those inherits really do actually read kind of crazy when you
pick them up for free.
Yeah, when you pick them up for free, they're kind of crazy.
Yeah, start of your turn, go to 3. Start of your main, reduced by 2. It's pretty good.
Famously, someone locally has said, what if the hybrid had save? This is why they don't have save, because if when you can put hybrids under places they shouldn't be, evil, awful stuff. Takuya's been doing it for ages.
Very
he needs it.
But yeah, these two, awful. I think the fact that when attacking versus when digivolving, Agunimon, I guess, is technically worse because you can make him in raising and then full combo. But like,
I feel like Aguni's
doing it when digivolving is really good. Because you don't get beaten by floodgates the same way the Aguni does.
There's a reason why Agaru, I would say Greymon has stood the test of time. The red hybrid shell has been good for a little bit. Even now, there's an argument that the deck is pretty good. But with the ancient Garu, as soon as they had Hammer Spark, the deck just went.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as good. I think when digivolving is more restrictive because you have to promote your rookie and then you have to evolve.
Oh yeah, when I said worse, I meant the worse offender. Yeah, so the better card,
a more toxic card.
With Aguni though, you can just go rookie Aguni, pass the 2. Next turn, I'm doming you for at the very least 2 checks. Turn 1, very normal. Play a tamer.
Whereas the Lobo is still all right, I got to push up and make it.
Yeah.
Which in theory could be stuff, but it's
no defense for these guys. No defense.
Yep.
They just different dudes showed up and ratted them out in August last year. We don't need these anymore.
Yeah, they really shouldn't have got caught scrapping on YouTube. I don't know what they were thinking live streaming that. They were NPC streaming, crashing out. Stigmon does make an appearance on the ban list, but for the things he's been posting online, coercion is actually what he's in here for. He's the reason that Wormmon is not up for trial today.
I don't have a tie. I have like a Claude peg. I'll put, this is my tie now.
That's so good.
Right.
I have a Psyduck sweater, so none of us are really dressed.
Your Honor, for the greater good of the Green Nation, HBD has to go. Okay? I am tired of my color being held back by super glue. Granted, it's the best super glue I've ever sniffed. Oh my god. It goes in like I love super glue. I love sniffing super glue, okay? It's just so potent, okay? It just goes down so well. However, for the Green Nation to thrive, we need to not have this card so they can print actual effects that meaningfully impact the board, and we can progress beyond suspend and pierce, even though I really love suspending and piercing over things. It's my favorite thing to do. But, new game plans, brighter futures. We can clean up the streets, okay? No more getting sacked in security by HBD first check. Yeah, Your Honor, we should just, get rid of it, move on, design some cool green decks. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot that you put this on here because you wanted it dead. I forgot that it said set to 0. I was like, all right, he's ready to defend. He's like, I need him in super jail. I'm like, oh yeah, that's where this was going. Jail. This is also a really funny card, as we saw at the Japanese Nationals, that this card is also still a victim of not enough card text. It is not one of your Digimon may digivolve into a green Digimon. It is one of your green Digimon may digivolve
into
Hexablow for 0. So Imperialdramon, Imperialdramon, they're back at it again, once again, with the just deeply evil combos. And yeah, HBD to 0, in the same way that Anubis had to die for the card space to open up, and the color to get more interesting. This card, it's had its time. We tried banning it in Ultimate Cup, and that went great, I think.
That was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, HBD to 0. Surprise of no one, really. We've got the last 3 on trial. I don't even remember who they are. Gatekeeper.
Oh,
this one's all
this is yeah.
I think that this card now should go to less than 4. We finally, Mother Shoto, deeply cringe. We all know. Mosh Pit has you wanting to throw hands. Gatekeeper has everything. 11's not that bad. It means you can slam it to just, like, if you have 6, that means that your opponent can pass you 1 because you're playing a deck with no memory setter, and you can still lock out the game versus blue, versus colors that can't shrink. Not versus red, because red got it like that. It turns off a lot of things.
Solo's purple.
Solo's purple. Just
on its own.
No level. 10k? Did you know nowhere on this card it says this card can't attack? If this pops out of security first check, this is a 10k minimum beat stick for the rest of the game. You've never seen any Mother player do that because all they know how to do is play Searcher pass. But in theory, you could first check this, know that if you can't answer it, the game ends as soon as 6 Digivolution cards are in there, which now that we have X Antibody, we have Singularity of Chaos, which isn't limited to 1 per source. They can go up to 6 very, very quickly. D-Reaper Zone, deeply evil. Now they start taking security minus. But then 10k from turn 1 or 2 that answers anything that goes sideways for the rest of the game is deeply obnoxious. But also D-Reaper Zone exists, and I think if you actually swing at D-Reaper Zone to get rid of it, they should not be able to slam this guy and recover +1, protect the D-Reaper Zone. This card should go to 2. Because it's stupid in its archetype. It's stupid even when they have like the other stuff in it. If this turns into a blocker, I'm going to be very upset. But yeah.
Forget protecting D-Reaper Zone. You can't remove it. You don't have a damage to get rid of the card.
Yeah.
You just hit it.
We don't
0.
even have like any D-Reaper players at locals. I don't know what.
What do you mean? We wake up in 3. It's just 2 of us like in witness protection. You're speaking to 2/3 of the D-Reaper players at Fanboy.
Okay.
I think this card needs to go. Also, yeah, I kind of
play it for Glasgow.
People watched the short they saw and Nene on it with executes.
If I get it, hey, get the camera on me for a sec. If I get my Nats invite on Gallantmon, I'll play this at Glasgow. 100%.
Yeah, me and Tom have
Be
been
hilarious.
We've been in the DMs.
I'll match up into like God's finest purple hybrid player, and it'll be over.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
But yeah, Gatekeeper isn't here because we needed an unorthodox pick. Wow, okay, I lied. It was HPD. It was HPD again. So we're not gonna put HPD. The final person up for trial today, this time, has shown real growth as a person. And I want you to know that he has reflected on his action and ultimately feels like he can be a better person and is reformed.
This is such a bad ad.
Wants to print 1 million views by the end of the year. Mr. Cross 4, legal name Shoutmon. Previously, he made some mistakes. He has reflected and he's done one of those YouTube apologies for the alleged battery and assault that he has served 2 years for. But I have seen real growth in his character, and they've been slandering his name. Do you see the vanilla they printed that legally shares the same name as him? Don't you think that is deeply offensive to one of the kings of Mount Rushmore? You know, one of the series protagonists reduced to a mere vanilla. You wouldn't want Greymon to be a mere vanilla. I think this draw 2, that's red neat draw power. So they've said it's only on play, and he costs 9 to on play. Isn't that? Don't you think that you know he could do so much more than that?
So where do you want it, Andrew? Do you want it to 2?
I want it to 2 million views. Please go watch the Shoutmon video. Please go watch the Shoutmon video. I put 7 months of work into this, and this guy served 2 years in jail. And if Tommy can get out, so can he.
God, in a good world, Tommy's going back though, huh?
Yeah, we'll see you next year for the trial of Tommy Himi. But yeah, go watch the Shoutmon video, and maybe Shoutmon Cross 4 can come to 2. Yeah, I mean, realistically, they're gonna just be making EX6. It would make it so they really got to fit it into the builds. I think he can survive in today's day and age. 4 was a typo. As a lawyer, I'm good. Smeaton, we're a great law firm, but we do not got set him to 4 kind of money. You can change that membership though. Yeah, we should unlock Shoutmon to more than 1, and you should go watch the Shoutmon video if you haven't already.
You should watch the video, but it's crazy that you don't think that every crossheart card ever printed for 2 years would immediately go back into a binder.
Look.
And they would never, no one would even be able to tell you what Shooting Starmon does after this gets on hit.
I don't know what Shooting Starmon, and I'm not gonna read it.
I was just doing like the speed gif when he's just there like.
Yeah, I watched.
Good though. Yeah, but yeah, that's really where this was. I didn't really have any like additional follow-up.
You should watch the video.
You should watch the video.
There was a lot of work, and a lot of people did stuff for it. And get in there.
Yeah, I forgot my binds. Yeah, this is the episode of the podcast. We did pre-recorded, so that way we couldn't read chat and then make even more decisions. Bonus content, hopefully will be Tom and Jambo road trip. If you're watching this on the day it came out, they're in Amsterdam right now. Hopefully they're doing well. I don't know. Me and Marcio were chilling at home, not in Amsterdam. And then the week after we got Glasgow, so we'll probably do another recorded one. Maybe first in-person podcast in the hotel room. Yeah, thanks for all the support as always. Fellas, is there anything we'll remind? Twitch Prime, YouTube membership, subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah, check that you're subscribed, because a Shoutmon video might have come across your recommended page this week. And if you have seen that and you weren't subscribed, you should click subscribe.
Yeah. And you should go comment on the video. You should tell me, you should prove that you've watched the podcast and the video by going Shoutmon Cross 4 to 2. That's what you should leave in the Shoutmon video, so I'll know that you are a avid podcast enjoyer.
You know what's the best ban list of them all?
The friends we made along the way.
No, I was gonna say rotation. We should just, why have a ban list? We should just rotate stuff out. But I like my card from I like Gabubon. That deck is really cool because Primitive is my favorite YouTuber, and I want to be just like. Shut up. Go play a modern deck. Go play like Adventure or something. It's me. I want to play Adventure. That deck is cool. Go so none of this like. Oh, it's my favorite deck. It's. How about you buy product? Buy
Yeah.
some signals.
If this ban list video is in any way more interesting than just the 19th one that you've watched somebody do on Tier List Maker, let us know because we can do these again for other stuff.
It's hot as shit in this. I'm in. You know, I got a fit check real quick. Like I'm in the volleyball t-shirt because I didn't want to change, and then the waistcoat and you know, it's hot as shit in here. And if you like red hot Digimon content to your inbox, you know, you gotta hit the subscribe button, join if you haven't already. £1 a month. You can get
listen on Spotify
free. Listen to us on Spotify. Rate us 5 stars on all the things that are things. We might be in other places soon. We'll find out, but we'll always be on YouTube. And yeah, also this is your reminder. Please watch the Sharpmon video. I would like 10 billion views, please. Because then we can do more of them, and Marcio will contribute.
We'll be so back.
Gangnam Style.
10 billion views. Does Gangnam Style have 10 billion views?
He deserves it.
There aren't 10 billion people.
Yeah, but there's...
No, but you can watch the same video twice.
Also, yeah, in fact, you should watch the Sharpmon video twice.
Yeah, I had that shit bumping on loop.
Yeah, Tom, before people figured out that they could just make dance tutorials, people were just going, all right, well, I got to play the video, and scrubbing back isn't real. So you might as well just listen to the whole song and then do it again. If you have YouTube Premium, did you know that you can listen to things at 4 times?
I prefer Daddy. That was my favorite Psy song.
Sophie made us watch that last night. That song's weird.
That song's weird as hell.
That song's weird as hell.
Can we get to the Baba Boys?
Yeah, you know what? This is actually what you were all waiting for. The ban list, meh. The Baba
Boys. It's just so weird that we're not live. Who are we Baba Booeying?
I don't know.
When does this happen?
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey?
Bye.